Hello and welcome to today's TechENT download. This week has been quite a week. It's been for us because we are now starting to repopulate the office, which is good news. And that also means that everybody is getting on action these days. So ASUS has been one of those companies that has been quite busy in Malaysia at least. They have released the ExpertBook B9 2 weeks ago, and that was the lightest for business laptop in the world. But that's just not that they have done. They've also launched the VivoBook S last week. We reviewed the VivoBook S15, so you can take a look at that in our website and we'll link it up here. And then last week they've shown the ZenBook 13 and 14, 13 inches and 14 inches of notebook goodness that is just slightly over 1 kilograms. You can get them with up to a 10th generation Intel Core i7, which also means that it's not lacking for power. But where it lacks is in discrete GPU. So they only come with mostly integrated GPU, but they're really light. They're under 1.5 kilogram and just above 1 kilogram. We don't actually know much about the price yet and even the release date, but they are touting that it's supposed to be released at the end of this month. And prices, I think we can expect somewhere between 4,000 to 5,000 ringgit. It's a ZenBook after all. But at least from that, we also know the launch date of a certain ROG Phone 3, a gaming smartphone that ASUS had and kickstarted this whole craze of gaming smartphones. Technically, the Razer phone did that. But yeah, so the ROG Phone 3 is supposed to be released later this month on the 22nd of July. That's a global release, so we don't actually know when it's coming to Malaysia just yet. Like us, a lot of people are moving back into their office these few days and these few weeks, at least this whole month, okay? And people are normalizing back in their workspaces and things like that, which is great. But before this, a lot of people are working on the go, and that's why Maxis, DG, U-Mobile, Celcom, Unify Mobile, and U-Mobile, did I say U-Mobile already? They've all agreed to give 1 gigabyte of free data to everyone from 8 AM to 6 PM. Well, at least that was the past. Now, you get 1 gigabyte of free data every day from, well, it's 24 hours, so there's no limited time. And this offer only lasts you until the 31st December 2020. But at least you get about 30 gigs of free data every day. Still, you have to claim it from your app though. There is more launches in Malaysia though, and this time it's a smartphone. It's a Realme smartphone. So Realme has launched something that's quite unusual for Realme. They've launched a flagship class device. It is going to be their flagship anyway, but it's the Realme X50, which they have been teasing for a while now, and it packs, as rumored and as teased, a Qualcomm Snapdragon 865, which is a very powerful processor, and it's very unlike Realme. And very unlike Realme too, they pack about 12 gigabytes of RAM in this thing and up to 512 gigabytes of memory. It will sell exclusively online for now, but the price is what's best about it. It's 2,999 ringgit, which is also very unlike Realme. But hey, at least it's still cheaper than a lot of the flagships that you find these days. Speaking of online shopping, did you know that Shopee actually launched a credit card? Yeah, they actually launched a credit card with Maybank. It's a Visa card and it looks like a black color card with Shopee logo on it, which is quite cool actually, but it gives you extra benefits when you shop on Shopee. On that note, the mid-year sales for Shopee and Lazada is happening tomorrow on the 7th of July. I'm pretty sure they've been teasing you on Instagram and whatever by now. So hide your wallets or spend some money. That and also Steam sales, I think, really hide your wallets. Now we move on to international news. Well, technically there's not too much that's happening internationally that affects us that much, but there is one thing that is really interesting. So FCC last week has released a statement or basically declared that Huawei and ZTE could potentially be very harmful to America's security. They declared Huawei and ZTE to be national security risk. What that means to American companies is that whoever's trying to use the federal funds or subsidies to get telecommunication devices are not allowed to get Huawei or ZTE devices. Now, there isn't a backdoor per se like what a lot of people are claiming Huawei and ZTE to have in their telecommunication infrastructure. It's more to do with Huawei and ZTE's close ties with the Communist government of China. That is why FCC has declared that they are a security risk to America. Apparently, their close ties to the Communist government of China and also their obligation to the law in China requires them to actually share data with the Chinese government when they are required to by the Communist government. And that also means that any data that they collect in their customers via their telecommunication devices has to be shared, which could be quite a big security risk. We don't know how true this law in China is though, so we cannot really comment on it. But this brings us to Huawei devices, which means that we are not actually gonna get Google Play Store or Google Play services on any Huawei devices anytime soon. So the only hope for you to get Google Play services on your Huawei device is either you get a really old smartphone or you get a new smartphone and try to sideload them in, which doesn't work all the time. I've tried. On the lighter side of things though, okay, not really on the light side of things, it's a bit dark as well actually. WhatsApp has updated their web and desktop app. This time they're including the dark theme into their web and desktop app. It's basically just that. It's basically just a dark theme. So it looks like what you get on your smartphone now. But in our opinion, it actually looks better and it feels nicer. It feels cleaner somehow. We have an article about that on our website, which we will link to here as well. And you should know all about it and how to change to that later on after you read the article, or you can just play around with the web app or desktop app and you'll find a way to do it in the settings anyway. It's not that difficult. And that is all we have for techENT Download this week, well, last week and today. Thank you for watching. Do hit that like and subscribe button. We would really appreciate that. We are techENT TV across all social media, Facebook, Instagram and Twitter. Thank you for watching and I will see you next week.